You did mention the non-existent climate crisis, and that it's a ploy for world control. And this is what we hear this argument from people a lot. And you and I had a few messages about my Oxford speech, so you understand how I feel about, if we're being told that carbon is the problem, why are we doing things that don't seem to really do anything about that? So I get what you're saying, but I always get wary when people get into this sort of like there's a group of people who secretly have an agenda. Now, we see with the Davos people, whatever, they all believe this stuff and they all think it's important. And because they think it's important, they think a global problem requires global solutions.
Correct.
But are you saying that these aren't just a bunch of, slightly deluded, well-intentioned people, but actually they don't believe the thing that they're saying in the first place?
Some of them do. The less intelligent ones do. The John Kerrys and the Al Gores and then you got some true believers. Gillian Tett. I've knocked heads with her a few times at the Financial Times. But I also disagree, Constantine, when you said talk about secret cabal, and you didn't quite put it that way, but that was sort of aren't we into conspiracy theory land? It's not a secret. I can name them all. It's Christine Lagarde and Janet Yellen and Tim Geithner and Mark Carney, probably the number one villain in the whole thing. Tim Cook, Jeff Bezos, the heads of the major tech companies, Mark Zuckerberg, the Davos crowd, but more than that, and they totally get it. These are smart people in addition to being immensely powerful, but they want this because.
Sorry, Jim. What do they want?
Well, what they want, and I talk about this in my book, The Road to Ruin, 2016 book, The Road to Ruin. I explain this in great detail. Problem with being 10 years ahead of your time is that when it comes true, everyone forgot you said it. But pick up that book and you'll get the blueprint. Look, what they want in a nutshell is world government, world money, and world taxation with a small group in control. That's what they want. The question is, how do you get there? The answer is, and Karl Popper explained this 70, 80 years ago, and George Soros adopted it. It's called piecemeal social engineering. It's like slicing a salami. Don't take the whole thing at once. Just slice. People don't notice, or give yourself enough time, and you'll eventually get to where you want to be. So the euro was a big step in that direction, because no more lira, no more drachma, no more pesetas, French francs. And now, NAFTA was a big step in that direction. No more borders. So they want to eliminate borders. They want to eliminate different kinds of money. The central bank digital currencies, even if you do it, this is CBDC, euro. It's not a cryptocurrency, by the way. The message traffic is encrypted. It is digital, but it's not a cryptocurrency because there's a single ledger controlled by the government, and they can see what you're doing. This is the ultimate social control tool.
Where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform? So, individual carbon footprint tracker. Stay tuned. We don't have it operational yet, but this is something that we're working on.
So right now, I'm in an airport. I want a candy bar. I go to a retail place. I buy a candy bar. I use a credit card. The merchant, how does he get paid? Well, he sells that receivable to somebody called a merchant acquirer. These are factoring businesses that buy up hundreds of millions of dollars of receivables. So the merchant gets paid. Then the merchant acquirer delivers it to MasterCard or Visa. He gets paid, MasterCard, Visa, distributes it to the issuing banks. They get paid. The bank sends me a bill and I pay the bank. Okay. Why do we need 5 intermediaries and 3% discount, 3% of fees for me to buy a candy bar? So the central bank digital currency, where you have a single ledger, QR code on your smartphone, no intermediaries. It's better, faster, cheaper, and that's true. That's actually true. They always sell stuff by giving you the benefits. They never tell you the other side. The other side is, now I'm in a bookstore. I buy the new book by Ron DeSantis. Well, right now that's between me and MasterCard. You need, under the Fourth Amendment, you need a subpoena and a warrant to get that information from MasterCard, and if you're not a wrongdoer, they shouldn't be able to get it. But with a central bank digital currency, the government knows it. They know I bought a book by Ron DeSantis. They know I gave a contribution to Elise Stefanik, who's the number 3 Republican in the House. They know I traveled to Florida, red state, whatever. And then you combine what I just said, that ledger, with artificial intelligence, with the GPT, generative pre-trained transformer technology, you got a target on your back. With that information, which the government will now have firsthand, they're not stealing it, you're giving it to them by using their central bank digital currency, combined with GPT, artificial intelligence technology, they can develop a profile of you and go back to Joe Biden's speech in Independence Hall in September 2022, just ahead of the midterm elections, art directed by Leni Riefenstahl. I mean, might as well have been, right? Everything that they use that she invented at the Nuremberg rallies, you know, putting the leader up on a pedestal. She was the one who dug trenches to put the cameras in the trenches so you'd be looking up even higher at the leader, the vertical lights, the blood red backdrop. Everything about that, the art direction of that speech was right out of Nuremberg. And, you know, she was a great art director and more. But what did Biden say? He said half the country are enemies of the people. He said, not all you Republicans, but you MAGA Republicans, well, that's the majority of the Republican Party, are enemies of the people. So now you got Biden telling you you're an enemy of the state. You got the government knowing, actually, it's a kind of thought control, because using inference, I can tell by what you're reading, what you're buying, what you're attending, et cetera, kind of what you're thinking. Combine that with artificial intelligence and GPT technology, and now you got a target on your back and expect to knock on the door from the FBI goon squads. So that's
I'm off to buy a copy of White Fragility just to balance things up.
That's where we're going with this.
Yeah.